Just John O, and today I'm here to talk about leveling up at my age of 27, which is actually now probably a pretty good age to be in the prime of your career or whatever job you're doing. I think this is the best time for me to actually have many years of experience in that. But since I'm still trying to figure that out and navigate that, sometimes it's hard for me to level up in that sense because I know that I'm not anywhere near being young anymore, but I'm not quite old enough to say that I'm uh, like fully mature enough to have some sort of wisdom compared to elders in my life where they can still give me advice on certain things, and I still would have to actually listen to them in the sense that they may tell me to slow down when it comes to things, or they may tell me not just sticking through it. You actually have to have a consistent plan, and you actually have to execute, right? So I feel like executing is the number one thing that I'm trying to work on, and even trying to get to more subscribers. Actually, that would be a benefit to me. Now I know that actually may not come quickly or even necessarily happen in the first place, but one thing I've realized about me being this age now and even starting this channel in the first place, I feel like I leveled up in a sense because I actually put myself on a certain degree or standard that I've never done before, and that standard that I've had now has to do with actually working on my speaking ability and working on my like tone and things like that, and storytelling, and trying to become a more versed person. Now, one way I'm thinking about leveling up is actually coming up with probably better things to talk about on my channel and better topics to bring up in conversation when it comes to my real life, right? Because when I turn the camera on and then I make a video or I make a few videos, I notice that I can talk for quite a long time when it comes to actually me speaking to my phone and then posting it on my channel. But then when it comes to real life, these are topics that I don't really bring up to people in my personal life, or whether it's someone I just met and I'm just getting acquainted with. I keep the conversations much more simple and much more casual. The reason I feel like that is because I'm still trying to level up, right? I haven't even necessarily I haven't leveled up in any sense at the moment because I feel like even the output that I have at the moment isn't much compared to what I actually have envisioned for myself, and I've wrote down in my journals about where I see myself in the future, and what I want my channel to look like. And the thing I've noticed about leveling up, even when it comes to speaking, is like when I speak on my channel or whenever I have a conversation, I actually have to learn how to not slur my words, slow down when I'm speaking, and actually have much more of a topic that can actually be more expanded on and explained and detailed. Because sometimes I find myself, when it comes to the topic of leveling up, for example, I can talk about leveling up, but then when it comes to the actual explanation of it, I don't really give the best explanation. And this is why you really need people in your life to actually hold you accountable for things, because then there can be people that actually, and this is what I hope people do with my channel, they can actually call you out and tell you, hey, let's just say out of 100, you did like 5 things right on this video, and then 95 of those things were wrong. This is where you can improve. And I heard a great quote actually from another star athlete that he said, "You can never get to about 50% better in an increase in any sort of domain. You can get to about 15 to maybe 15%, 12 to 15% maximum, because if you really work at it and you really work smart at it and you stay consistent, you can, but you can't go to a 50% increase because that would be impossible." That's one thing I'm trying to learn about leveling up, right? There's no way that I'm gonna get to the level that I imagine at my ideal, because that would be completely unrealistic. And that's like the example of the quote saying you can't level up to like about 50% because that would be too much improvement, and that's not realistic for any person to get to that level. But this was just me talking about leveling up and what I want to do about that in my life. And The journey's been it's been a good journey, and it's been a tough journey. It's a lot of learning every day, which is positive to me. Now, like I said, the only thing I have to do is execute and just try to keep growing from there, and try to educate myself every day and work on my habits, and not try to uh, come across as someone that thinks they know what they're talking about when they really don't. I'm just a beginner at this stuff, and I'm just trying to get better every day. Whether or not I show up is all dependent on me, and that's the number one thing I need to focus on. Anyways, this is just John O. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.